Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
Welcome to the Supreme Resort Land v. World, a podcast about Disneyland and Walt Disney World, and which is the Supreme Resort. Each episode, we will discuss and explore each resort, ride by ride, land by land, park by park, to determine which is better. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jimmy. Thanks for joining us on this quest and greater good of humanity, etc., etc.
It burns.
Yada yada.
Yada yada. Joining me as always is Dan.
Hi, let's do the show.
Great. And Eric is also here. Eric.
It burns.
It sure is does. March. Ladies and gentlemen, it is March. It is time for March Insanity, because we'd get sued if we call it March Madness.
March
so I will
mental
not
illness.
I will not say March Madness. I refuse to say it because we will get sued. So it's not March Madness. It's not. Third month.
Can we call
it
it March mental illness, please?
March mental illness. And this year,
it's more sensitive.
Yes, last year, you may recall, we did the sexiest robot in all the presidents. This year, it is pools. What is the best Disney pool? Now, there are more pools at Disney World, so you're going to hear us talk more about Disney World pools just because there's more of them. But this isn't a versus Land v. World. This is more which is the best Disney pool. Now, there is a wild card in there with some the Good Neighbor hotels, because there are some of those and they need to be acknowledged. So we're going to do a little wild card on the Good Neighbor hotels, and then we're going to break down 32 pools at Disneyland and Disney World, and we're going to get to our not sweet 16, but because it's pools, the salty 16.
Lots of salt.
Salty 16.
That's what pools are known for.
That's right.
It's their salt.
I mean, you got sweat and kids' urine. It tastes salty.
No, you're right.
Kids, anyway,
don't taste the pools.
Yeah, don't taste the urine either.
Don't drink the water. Anyway, so the salty 16, that will be our next episode with our special guest host, Tage. And just as a reminder, Tage chose the best queue at all Disney resorts was Spider-Man. Just that's that guy.
That's how we ended up last year.
So this is an audio medium, but the three of us can see each other. Mm-hmm. So this is an anonymous poll, but who has peed in the pool? Raise your hand.
I've peed in the queue for Spider-Man.
Eric, hold on.
It's an audio medium.
Sorry, I didn't raise my hand. I haven't peed any place inappropriate.
I would argue that.
I peed on the Riviera Hotel.
Alternately appropriate.
I peed at the Riviera. It was late. I had to pee really bad. I was on my way to the car.
You walked past a bathroom.
It was so far, and then
you literally walked past the bathroom.
Maybe I did, but I didn't see it, and I was on my way to the car. I had to go, and there's a little square of bushes that are kind of covering up some backflow preventers and whatnot. So I just went in those bushes, and it was
nice,
liberating.
Proud of you,
but it wasn't a pool.
Good for you.
Anyway,
you walked past a bathroom.
I don't remember what it was or what the context is, but it was a joke. I want to say, like, my college roommate wet the bed, and they're like, "Well, it happens." Like, no, from across the room. I just think that's funny. It's a funny visual. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, are we
gonna dive right in?
Well done. Well done, Daniel. So before we do that, we have a special theme song for the pools. But again, we're gonna start with the wild card, and we're gonna get us to 32 hotel pools. Listener, for some logic here, we have broken it down into 4 categories, and I will explain the logic at a later time. But for now, we're going to get into the wild card. And then Eric and I just got back from Disney World, and we're going to talk about that trip after we've established the Salty 16.
Yep.
So, Eric, let's take it away with our theme song.
Aloha, my friend, nobody asked for this. The water is warm, let's take a dip. For welcome, dear friends, where the water shine bright, with palm trees a-swaying and the tiki torches light. At Stormalong Bay, the tide rolls so free, but down on harbor there's a slight mystery well. The Polynesian calls you to rest, with a pineapple drink and a deep cabana chest. But slip past the gates to a budget motel, and you might just find yourself under a spell. Pools, pools, a tropical scene where the chlorine is strong and the cocktails are mean. From luxury spas to that motel's deep end, just float on your troubles, but watch where you bend. Riviera's Pool. Oh, Riviera's Pool has a European flair, while down the road, well, you'd best not stare. At Grand Californian, the waters run clear, but across the street, a puddle of fear. Morncliffe Band-Aid floats by, what a surprise, and that sunburned daddy forgot to sanitize. But hey, it's a holiday, so let's not be sad. Just sip your Mai Tai and ignore the bad tag. Are full and the jets softly steam. From waterfalls grand to a lukewarm bath, just swim at your own risk, but don't do the math. Or the waves gently call, palm trees stand tall, but the lifeguard is sleeping, so who do you call? A coconut floats where a beach ball should be, and a mystery liquid drifts back to the sea.
And the best news is we can talk. We don't have to talk during it because it's an original.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we
Nothing
should.
like a swim at sunset.
We should.
Just
I think
don't
we can.
think about
We don't
what's
need to
in
play.
the
the
Yeah, we
whole
can
thing
fade it
every
out.
single time.
How long is this song?
I don't know.
I think they're all around 2.5.
They're around 2.5,
3.
4 minutes. Yeah. So this is for the listeners who have complained about the hotels songs becoming increasingly ridiculous. This is a different song.
It is. It's about pools.
It's about pools, not about hotels.
Hotel pools. So,
Hotel
okay.
pools.
So we have 4 categories, listener. They are deluxe, DVC, moderate, and value. You'll find that some of the, like, for example, moderate hotels, some of them I ran out of room. I had too many hotels in a category, and then others not enough. So there's some logic. I'm not going to explain it. It is what it is, and nobody cares. So we're going to start with the wild card in our value hotel bracket. Now, these hotels may not be value hotels, but they're going to be in our value hotel bracket. These 4 wildcard hotels are the Cambria in Anaheim, the Courtyard in Anaheim, the Anaheim Hotel in, guess where?
Anaheim.
Wow.
And the Howard Johnson's also in Anaheim. Those are the 4 Good Neighbor Hotel pools that are of note. And we're going to just go in order as they're listed on our spreadsheet. So we're going to start with the Cambria versus the Courtyard. Now, you may remember if you listened to our series on the value and moderate hotels that we did talk about these pools, both of them water playgrounds to some extent. And how this is going to work is majority rules on the winner.
Oh.
The 3 of us, there are 3. So if 2 or more agree, then that is the winner.
This podcast is still democracy.
That's right.
No-
It still exists
no further
somewhere.
comment.
Okay, so Cambria versus Courtyard.
Wait,
Cambria
real quick. Are we
versus
taking
Courtyard.
into account the hotel that the pool is attached to?
Oh. No.
This is a hotel pools episode. It has nothing to do with the hotel. It's about the
Yeah.
pool.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the pool
Is the pool
amenities-
good or is the pool not good?
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's fair.
Exclusively about the pool. Like,
Okay.
for example, would you rather sleep in the All-Star or go to the All-Star pool?
Mhm.
Doesn't really matter about the sleeping.
Right.
It's about the pool.
Would you rather sleep in these pools? Is what you're saying?
That's exactly right.
Got it. Okay.
So the Cambria or the Courtyard? Dan, talk to us a little bit about the Cambria hotel pool.
Just a reminder, the Cambria is the hotel that is kind of by the 5 freeway on Catella. Again, this isn't about the hotels, but just for reference, this is the one that's probably furthest away of all of them. It has water slides, I believe. I don't think that
there are 2 water slides.
There are water
so the
slides.
slides considered part of this?
Oh, absolutely.
It's in the
yeah.
pool. I would think so.
Totally.
Yeah.
100%.
So I'm going to look at the water park. It has 2 water slides.
There's
splash.
Dan, there are 30,000 square feet of water park at the Cambria.
Wow.
So much peeing that you could do in that pool.
That's right.
There's splash pads. According to this, there are ethnically diverse children sitting by the pool having so much fun together.
Oh, wow.
It looks like okay. My read on it is minimal compared to others in terms of water park. The water slides don't look like they're super high, but they look like they're high enough. That said, I think do we remember if you have to pay or make reservations to get into the water park?
Now, at the Courtyard, there are specific time slots that you're allowed in.
Let's see. Water park. Please note, August means free breakfast water park. I'm not seeing anything about you needing to book ahead for the quote water park, which might be a plus.
Featuring 2 water slides, pop-up jets, and a splash pad. Have the time of your life without leaving the hotel. Our water park makes us stand out amongst other hotels near Disneyland.
Right. Okay, so they never let you leave the hotel, which is a negative.
That's right. And the Courtyard has specific time slots that you have to be in. You can't just come and go. There's an outdoor heated swimming pool, a children's pool with a beach-style entry, smaller water slides. There's a drench bucket and fountain features at the Courtyard. So in the interest of time, based on that information, they both look to have the little pop-up jets. It doesn't look like there's a pool at Cambria as much as there are water slides.
There is a pool. I have the
pool,
ethnically diverse children are
That's right.
Yes.
I see them.
But
I see them.
but I don't know as the size of the pool. Okay, so there is a pool, which is fine. And let's face it, it's probably for kids for the most part. When you're a kid, every pool is a pool.
Every pool is amazing.
Every pool is amazing, and this actually might come to bite me when we get to Anaheim Hotel. But I'm going to stick with it. Pools are pools, and they're all good.
Even a 30,000 square foot water park.
Yeah, we'll see.
Pool.
In terms of water parks, I'm leaning towards Courtyard. I think has the better water park.
Oh, okay.
But
you're not limited at the Cambria,
as far as we know. It does. It appears that you are not.
Courtyard
has that bucket. The buckets are very fun.
Buckets are fun.
Everybody likes buckets.
And now it's time for a vote. Dan, Cambria, or Courtyard?
Eric, do you have anything that can sway me? Because my leftist populism is making me lean a little bit more towards Cambria, but I'm looking at that bucket. I want that bucket.
I mean, the bucket's cool. Courtyard, they've got a taller slide, maybe, but it's just one.
It is just one.
It is just one. It's not 2 slides. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Cambria.
Oh, wait, hold on. They have. I'm looking at Courtyard.
I see 2 slides.
I see 2 slides.
Oh, there are 2 slides.
And one is open. The other one is a tube.
Open. One
is a tube slide.
Okay.
Variety.
Okay. I have.
Okay.
That's
Hang
the
on.
same
Let's
at
talk
Cambria,
about
Dan.
this.
Same at Cambria.
Okay.
Cambria's got a
okay.
tube and an open.
But this has at Courtyard. I'm looking at these pictures. they have a splash pad combined with where all, and I'm going to use the proper terminology, where all the little kid slides are, not where the big kid slides are, because those are different. So Courtyard also has a little kiddie wading pool.
Yeah, there's a little 0 entry pool.
Yeah, I think, and the bucket really, I do love that bucket.
Oh man,
I love the bucket. Okay, so Dan,
I'm going
Courtyard or Cambria?
Courtyard.
All right, Courtyard. Eric.
okay. I think I'm swayed. Let's go Courtyard.
Courtyard.
Bucket wins it.
Look at that.
Bucket wins. Okay, well, and proximity, and it's a Marriott brand. Although my wife just stayed in a Marriott brand in Valdosta, Georgia on Friday night, and there were bed bugs.
Ooh.
Yeah. Extra bonus like nightlife.
A little extra protein.
Okay, now we're moving on to Anaheim Hotel versus Howard Johnson's.
Okay, first of all, Howard Johnson has 2 pools. One is the garden pool. That's where all.
That's right.
That's where all. That's the adult pool, which has so many implications. Nothing dirty happens there. And then there's the Castaway Cove, which is the water park.
Ticketed thing. You have to get a ticket. To get in there.
Do you pay extra?
You have to pay extra.
Oh my goodness. Okay. But you do get Speedy the Friendly Turtle.
Reservations are not required.
Seating curvy water slide, 2 water umbrellas. This one's themed.
It is, and spoiler alert: the Anaheim Hotel is a giant rectangle. The end.
Yeah, but it's big and it has
that's a pool.
Maybe you don't have to pay for Castaway Cove. Maybe you don't.
Let's assume that you don't, since we haven't done our. Let's not assume the worst here. Okay, so here's another rule. Since we haven't done a ton of research, let's assume good as opposed to bad, unless we have something. So
4 mini water cannons, water curtain, 2 waterfall umbrellas, toddler wading pool, beach style entry, Speedy the Friendly Turtle, and 13 water fountains, bubbling whirlpool spa with foot and back jets.
Wait, who's Speedy?
Speedy's the friendly turtle, Eric.
Turtle.
I know he's the friendly turtle, but
water.
Is he?
And there's a bucket too, Dan.
Yeah. There's a bucket and water cannons.
Oh man, this is gonna be tough.
I do have to say though, I'm not seeing a strong presence for the big kid slides.
No, but there's no slides at all at the Anaheim Hotel. I'm gonna go ahead and put my vote in. Howard Johnson.
Okay, just to put Eric on the spot, I'm gonna go with Anaheim Hotel because it has. So this is the one where the pool isn't necessarily for the kids. The kids still will love the pool because it's a pool and it's big and you can play around and you can splash in it. But they have like movies at night. It's like an Olympic sized pool. So if you actually want like a pool for swim, you can do that. They have bar service by the pool.
That's not to say that Howard Johnson's doesn't.
That's true.
We're assuming.
But Anaheim Hotel has more of the adult party time kind of vibe. And the pool definitely reflects that, but not in an obnoxious way, which I feel like one of the pieces of music we'll play in a little bit will demonstrate that. But it's not like, hey, it's a party, like everyone's on meth or whatever people do to have fun these days. It's like, hey, it's a pool. We're all adult. We're being reasonable. There's floaties. The kids are watching a movie. The adults get to sip a little cocktail, and then you get like perfect viewing for the fireworks.
Okay, so just a little. Your point has been heard.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to say. Whoever wins this is going to go against the Courtyard. So a vote for the Anaheim Hotel is a vote for the Courtyard. That's all I'm saying. And if we choose Howard Johnson, choose Howard Johnson's, it's bucket versus bucket.
Oh God. Okay. I'm Howard Johnson. All right, you got me.
Johnson.
You got me on bucket versus bucket.
All right. So now we are, Eric, you don't get a vote because majority rules.
Okay.
Majority rules doesn't count when there are 2 of you.
I'm going to say, I'm going
to
say Anaheim.
3.
I'm going to say Anaheim then, and Eric gets to make the deciding vote.
Hojo.
Yay! There it is. Okay.
I like the Hojo pool. It looks cool. It's open until 10 p.m. That's too early.
It is.
Well, I think so is the courtyard.
Yeah.
Courtyard also has a great view of the fireworks. It's on an upper level.
Yeah, but I would imagine the Hojo also has a pretty good view of the fireworks because you can see the Matterhorn from
True.
the
Yeah,
Hojo.
I was still back at the trying to convince Dan of not Anaheim Hotel because he said something about fireworks, and I'm saying that there's a building between you and the fireworks at Anaheim Hotel, whereas at the Courtyard and the Howard Johnson there is no building between you and the hotel.
I like
There's
Anaheim Hotel, but it's down the road a little way.
No,
Yeah.
it's across the street. It's fine.
It's both.
Oh, I see your point from the fireworks. Yeah. You're
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, so now it is about
So
the
Cambria's
Courtyard.
out, Courtyard
bucket.
and
Courtyard bucket.
Bucket.
Versus Castaway Cove, both with buckets. It does not appear to have an adult slide at the Castaway Cove. It is kind of more meant for children, but there is also a adult pool, like you mentioned, the garden pool. Whereas the Courtyard doesn't appear to have a garden pool.
So I'm going to go ahead and say that there's that is a bonus because if you don't want to deal with the disgusting children, you can just go to the adult pool.
Multicultural, disgusting children.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait,
All
that's a different
equally
hotel.
disgusting in their own.
It seems like all of these are homogenous. These children.
Yeah. Looking at the picture there, yeah.
No, I
it's,
was lying. I just
a lot of
Oh,
white
the
kids.
come ride the S Curvy water slide. There is a big boy water slide. S Curvy, Scurvy.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. I am gonna say from what I'm seeing and what I've seen in person, the Castaway Cove seems like you are less on display. Where
Okay.
the Courtyard is, it's just a thing on top of the parking structure.
Where
that,
everyone can see that's staying on that hotel.
Well, and
see into.
it's not so much that as it is it's just there's not a feeling of it being, there's no sense of place. There's no I mean, granted at Howard Johnson there's barely an enclosure, but there is an enclosure. There's a building next to you that is, kind of
Kind of shades you
cool.
from the. Now I
Shades
will say
It
though,
does seem like a
walls.
place. Yeah.
you can
Yeah,
see
that's
the
what I'm trying to
Castaway
say.
Cove from the monorail.
True.
Oh yeah.
But it's just by just enough of a margin, to me, Castaway Cove feels more like a sense of place.
Okay. Yep, I agree. Eric, what is your
Hojo.
stance on Howard Johnson's? Howard
Yeah.
Johnson's wins the wild card bracket. And Chewbacca's butthole has been disqualified.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Everybody who is not looking at this bracket,
I do
which
it
is
every
all
time.
of you.
Okay, so now we are going to the main show. We're down to 32, everybody. 32.
32. Hey, Jimmy, you want to talk about our trip to Walt Disney World?
Not until we get to 16. We got to get.
We
to
got to
the
get
salty
to 16 first. Okay,
Yes.
we're gonna do business. Wow.
Okay, so there are now 4 brackets: the deluxe, DVC, moderate, and value. The Howard Johnson is in the
Oh.
value bracket. So is the villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, because I didn't have a room for it anywhere else.
Oh, good. That's a value.
Yeah, sure. And then the
Sure.
campsites.
It was valuable for you to put it there.
That's exactly right. It was useful and valuable. So there is value in it being there.
Right.
So
Utility.
should we start with the value or the deluxe?
Let's go with
Your attention, please.
This episode is brought to you by Peacock. The new Peacock original documentary, Matthew Perry, A Hollywood Tragedy, dives deep into the beloved actor's rise to fame and his tragic death. 5 people, including Perry's personal assistant, 2 medical doctors, and an alleged Hollywood drug dealer known as the Ketamine Queen, were charged with conspiracy to illegally provide Perry with the ketamine. Explore the details of the case in this heartbreaking special, streaming now only on Peacock.
DVC because and this isn't being critical. I've been kind of talking over Eric a lot, and I don't know anything about these pools, and he might. You two,
I think we both do. I've stayed in all of them.
you two you have special DVC privileges. I am still a member of Ralph's Club, and that counts for something.
Mhm.
So
So we're going to do
how
this.
many Ralph's points do you have?
I don't know. You guys talk and I'll look it up.
Okay. So there are 8 hotels in the DVC category. They are Bay Lake Tower, which is different from the Contemporary, Boulder Ridge at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villa's Kidani Village, which is the DVC, the Beach Club, which is also the Yacht Club, the Boardwalk Village. So the Beach Club Villas, is different from the Beach and Yacht Club pool. The Boardwalk Villas, Old Key West Resort, Polynesian Village, and Saratoga Springs. Those are the 8 hotel pools. Out of the gate, Eric, the Beach Club Villas and the Boardwalk Villas are going to go against each other because they're both just kind of quiet pools.
If you're just talking about the quiet pools, then
That's right.
Then yeah.
Because the Boardwalk Hotel's in a different category with the Scary Clown pool.
Oh, well, the Scary Clown pool is gone.
That's true. The Scary Clown is gone. The pool is still there.
Yes, the pool is still there. Still a great water slide.
I couldn't find out how many Ralph's points I have. Which ones are you talking about right now? So I could look.
The Beach Club Villas, which is quiet pool, and the Boardwalk Villas, which is basically a quiet pool.
The Boardwalk pools, the quiet pools versus the Beach Club quiet pools.
So my vote on the Boardwalk quiet pool. They both are on a waterway. The Boardwalk pool, DVC pool, is larger, and it is on the way to the. It's across from the Swan and Dolphin, and it is on the way to Hollywood Studios.
Right.
And there are 2 of them. 2 Boardwalk quiet pools on the water. A best place to see an alligator on property.
Exciting.
The Beach Club quiet pools, also 2. One is incredibly close to the entrance of Epcot, and one is also on a waterway, but they're both very small. From experience at both, I am going to vote for the Boardwalk pools. Larger, close to a large body of water, a lot of alligator viewing and friendship boat viewing.
Okay,
And
yeah.
so that's my vote, is the Boardwalk pools. And the Beach Club pools are just going to be overshadowed by Stormalunk Bay.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I agree. The Beach Club pools, they have quiet pools, but they are tiny. It's like, well, why don't you go down to the big pool when I do the big pool? And Boardwalk
them,
is it doesn't it diversifies its poolness.
Yep. So I vote Boardwalk.
Boardwalk. Dan, your
2
vote
for
doesn't
Boardwalk.
count, but please
It
vote.
doesn't count. You're saying Boardwalk. I have been to the Boardwalk, but I haven't been to the villas. I am looking at the pictures though, and the villas feel like a more exclusive experience from the pictures alone.
Which
Like
villas?
They're both villas, Dan. They're both villas.
Sorry. Disney Beach, the Beach Club villas. Look.
Oh, they're out of date, but okay.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
No, I'll go with you on that. I have no
Okay,
reason not
so the Boardwalk Villas win this round, and we are going to move on to, let's see, Old Key West and trying to think. Okay, so we're going to do the Boulder Ridge at Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge versus Disney's Polynesian Village Resort.
Wow.
Oh, so not Old Key West.
Not Old Key West. I'm trying to keep them in
that's
similar.
fine.
So
I'm opening them as we go.
Specifically the DVC tower at Polynesian.
Is this the new
Yes.
Polynesian Village pool
Oh, shoot.
versus the old?
Oh, I've really made a mistake now.
Oh no,
Because
Jimmy.
there should be 2, Polynesian and the villas.
Oh, what have you
Oh,
done?
no. What have
Jimmy,
I done?
what the hell?
No. Here's what we're going to do. Oh shoot! Oh no.
Okay, hold on. Do we need a song break? Do we need a song break?
Let's take
We're
a
not
break.
halfway done yet, but we can.
Okay.
Okay, here's the thing.
Okay.
The Polynesian Village Resort is separate from the DVC. Is there a pool at the DVC tower?
Put your hands up if you love to swing.
Hold on, I'm putting my hands up because I love to swim.
Eric?
Sorry, I'm putting my hands up because I love to
Welcome
swim.
your friends to water so blue.
Is there?
A distant, unrelated crowd where the pool deck is popping and the DJ's got you. The DJ hyping himself, storm along his waves. The party is hot, but over on Harbor, maybe not. The crowd reacts for no reason. Every word is shouted like it's the most important thing ever. Pools, feeling the heat. Back like a
Jimmy, what do you have?
Yeah.
for us
Okay.
to
So
discuss?
there's a separate pool, I think. Yeah. There's a separate pool.
There
at
is
the
a
DVC
separate
tower.
pool. There are so many pools at Polynesian.
Okay. So what we're really arguing here is the Cove pool. No, we're not, because that's one with volcano, isn't it?
Yeah, because there's the volcano family pool. Then there's the quiet.
Oh, that's the
pool.
lava pool. That's different.
Yeah.
So we're
and
talking about the
then-
Cove pool
Then there
specifically,
are
which
two
is the
different pools for the DVC areas.
Where's the second one? Oh, there's that big oval pool. The Oasis pool is different.
I'm not seeing the villas on Google Maps.
Well, I'm looking on their website.
Lava
Was the
pool,
Cove pool
family
there
pool,
before?
Oasis pool. The Cove pool was it's a newer.
Because here's the problem that I have is that the Polynesian, right now, there is no representation of the Polynesian Village Resort in the deluxe category. So what we would have to do is we would have to take one out, because we could just say that Beach Club, the Stormalong Bay is going to win everything and just take it out of play. Or we give it a bye.
Well, is that the one? Is that where you were saying we can add one
Yeah,
at the
but
end?
I just couldn't figure out how it would work. So a bye
That would be the one.
So if we give Stormalong Bay a bye until another round, but we're gonna have to eliminate.
By the way, I love how into sports this shows that we are.
That's right. So we might have to give Stormalong Bay a bye in order to put Polynesian Village, or do we just decide that Stormalong Bay is the best hotel pool and it's not even up for debate? So all we're doing in the 32.
I don't want to do that. I mean, it's closed now.
Well,
for
and
now.
we know
Some
Tage
people
is going to
don't
have some weird opinions.
That's true.
Some people don't like a sand bottom pool. Talking to our coworkers, some of them were not happy with that pool.
Stormalong?
Yeah.
Okay. In short, I don't know how to do this. Great.
Okay, we're
Okay. So,
And we're back.
so here's what we're going to do. We are going to just ignore the villas aspect of the Polynesian.
Okay.
We're just going to ignore
Because
it.
they're boring pools.
Well, yeah. All right. So we're going to just ignore that. But the Polynesian Village Resort is going to be in the DVC category still. So here's what I'm going to say. This current bracket is going to be Bay Lake Tower at Disney's Contemporary Resort versus the Boulder Ridge Villas at Wilderness Lodge.
Okay.
okay.
So this is the Contemporary Resort Bay Lake Tower is at the Contemporary Resort, but it's got its own pool
Got its own leisure pool.
separate from the Contemporary Hotel. And it is a lovely pool. It's got
Ooh,
a water slide.
Does it have a bucket?
It doesn't have a bucket. It's got a water slide, a big boy water slide, and it's got a little boy water slide too.
No bucket, though.
No bucket. No bucket. And then it's going up against the villas at the Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Also the Copper Creek. It's the same pool. So they've been bucketed together. No pun intended.
Inspired by the Pacific Northwest. 67-foot long water slide. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So now the Boulder Ridge Villas doesn't have
Ooh, I'm liking the water
a
on
slide.
water. I'm liking water on water a lot.
Water
Okay.
on water? What do you mean?
like you're in the pool and you see the
Oh, you see
alligator infested lake right by you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen at both places, but I'm just looking at Bay Lake right now.
You can see that at Bay Lake, can't you? I mean, I'm totally
Yeah,
wilderness.
I've been to Bay Lake Tower. I own at Bay Lake Tower. I'm already going to vote for the Bay Lake Tower pool. Although Dan, from the pool, you can't really see Bay Lake.
No, it's more like the angle that the picture's taken on. Okay.
I mean, you can see it.
You,
Now the Boulder Creek
it's got
is
okay.
less of a pool. It doesn't have.
I am gonna say though that the water slide, though it is a big kid water slide, that's important.
It's a big water slide.
It's very 90s Mickey Mouse Club coded in terms of the design.
Sure.
Not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying.
Yep.
As
The
part of
Boulder Ridge
conversation.
does appear to have umbrellas and perhaps some cabanas.
Okay. I don't know why that's not loaded.
The slide is going to win it for me, so I'm going to go to Bay Lake Tower. I'm a little biased, but I like the slide. I like the feel. I like the vibe.
That's fair. That's fair.
Bay Lake Tower is the winner for me.
Boulder. Okay, there it is. Let me check out the pool for boulders. Eric, do you have a strong opinion one way or the other? Is this something that I should be looking up so that I can break a tie?
Boulder Ridge is my vote.
Okay. I'm liking where we're going with this.
Make your decision.
It's loading.
Yeah.
Hold on. It's loading.
Take a minute. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Definitely.
There's like fake rocks everywhere.
Yeah. No, fake rocks wins. And there's a slide that's maybe not a big boy slide, but it's a slide.
Okay, well, it's good to know you're both wrong.
Wow.
No, it's in the enclosed
Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Boulder Ridge Villas, in the Cove Pool. We're going to move on to Disney's
Does this have
Animal
a geyser?
Kingdom.
Is there a geyser at the pool?
That's a different pool.
Okay.
I'm seeing a bucket. Lodge.
I'm seeing a bucket. Is that Wilderness Lodge also?
It might be. I don't think so. Uh-oh. Amber alert.
Uh-oh. Oh, they're looking for Jimmy.
Turning that down. Oh, you can't mute that.
Nope.
Okay. Anybody see Grand Cherokee in Georgia? Alert the authorities.
Wait.
Okay.
So what color? I'm in California.
The next one
Is it
going
black?
to be Polynesian Village Resort versus Disney's Animal Kingdom Villa's Kidani Village.
Ooh.
Okay. Kidani Village is the villas specific, and the Polynesian Village has a volcano.
Okay.
Oh, what's the name of the pool
Village Resort
at
Which?
Animal Kingdom?
Recreation.
Name of the pool. Let's see. We'll get there.
Is it the Uzuma or the Samawati?
Samawata what?
Bless you.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna look up images. Oh wow, that's okay. It's a little looks like it has a longer slide, possibly, or just a weirdly cropped photo.
If it's the Samawati, it's 128 feet long.
Okay, not like doesn't it's longer? It's long, but maybe less thrilling. It looks like. Looks
Okay.
like the water is. It looks natural. I'm not saying that it is, but I like that. I like that it looks like it could be a dirty pond that you found, but it's not dirty. Like theming wise, you know. Polynesian. There are no pictures. I have to look at a Google Images. Oh wait, no, the volcano. That's a different thing, right?
Yes. So, well, that's what
Yeah.
we're talking about is the volcano. So the Samawati Springs pool, there's a pool bar. There's the Uwanja camp for kiddos.
I'm seeing a bucket
Spa. Are you seeing a bucket at
Polynesian.
Polynesian? Yeah.
I see no reason to not go for Polynesian. I mean, it's everything I want from, at least from what I'm seeing here. It's everything I want from a Polynesian experience. It's got fake rocks. It has
slides.
It's got slides. It's also like it's got just enough of an effort at authenticity that it isn't fully disrespectful, but it doesn't quite get there. So it's just disrespectful enough to be amusing.
All right. Polynesian Village Resort is my vote.
Same.
Okay. Let's move on to the final two in this category. And I will remind you both that we are, of the 16 we need to get to, this is the fourth. So
We'll get there. We
may want to speed this up.
Those numbers don't make any sense to me.
That's fine. I'm letting you know that once we're done with the DVC category, we have to do this 3 more times.
Oh.
Okay. Old Key West versus Saratoga Springs. They are both resorts that are DVC. Old Key West is the original DVC, the very first one. Saratoga Springs is the sort of not the flagship, but it's where the main store or the sales office for DVC lives. It's across from the Disney Springs.
Right.
Old Key West pool.
Oh, okay. Is this the one with the sandcastle?
Yes.
Yeah, Sandcastle is Old Key West.
Okay, is that a big boy slide or a little kid slide?
They're both the same amount of slide.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay.
Now your Saratoga Springs has got a lot of fake rock.
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Oh, I'm liking they don't have the bucket in the traditional sense, but I like that you go down the water tower.
That's right.
That looks fun.
You're talking about at Old Key West?
Old Key West, yeah.
Now there's a Donald Duck kiddie fountain, a lot of fake rock, swimming pool with a bridge.
No, I'm sorry. That's at Saratoga Springs. You go down the water tower.
That's right.
That's whimsical. I like that.
It's quite. I've been on it.
Oh, and you have a little. Oh, you know what? I just based on what I'm seeing here, I think Saratoga Springs. It's more whimsical. You go down the water tower, which is really fun for me.
Yeah. I like the cove feel of Saratoga Springs. It feels very enclosed.
Yeah.
Whereas the Old Key West feels a little more exposed, a little less shade.
Well, and I think
feels
also
older, obviously.
Yeah, I think, and this is sort of counter to what I usually go with. The theming for Saratoga Springs is thorough, but also vague. So it's like it can be a lot of different things depending on what you want it to be as you play your make-believe games in the pool, as children often do.
Yes, fair enough.
Where
my vote is for Saratoga.
Yeah, the sandcastle is just it's forcing something on me that I don't need.
Okay,
Eric,
I'm on board with Saratoga as well. Yeah. I like
we
Saratoga.
have our 4 in the DVC bracket. They are Boulder Ridge Villas at Wilderness Lodge, the Boardwalk Inn Villas, and the Polynesian Village and Saratoga Springs. Those are the 4 of the 16 for our Salty 16. Deluxe, moderate, or value?
Moderate.
Okay. They are the Caribbean Beach Resort, Coronado Springs Resort, Port Orleans French Quarter, Port Orleans Riverside, Riviera, the cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort, Pixar Place Hotel, and the Swan and Dolphin. So we're going to start with Port Orleans French Quarter versus Port Orleans Riverside.
Okay.
Don't they...
Same general property.
Okay.
I'm gonna step out and let Eric.
Riverside has Old Man Island,
Indeed.
which is the best.
That's the one I conflated when we discussed Caribbean Beach. I said there's a pool on an island, and I was corrected. It is not a pool. It is a playground. Thank you, Bethany.
Yeah, you were not corrected. You were scolded.
Well, a little bit of both.
Okay.
Both things can be true.
Old Man Island, Riverside.
Old Man Island versus
Vote.
Young Woman Peninsula. The swimming pool, I'm going to tell you what it's called at the French Quarter. It is called Swimming Pool.
Oh, and it's the
Wow.
dumb thing with the dragon.
Yes, the
Right?
dumb thing with the dragon. That's right.
Okay, just Riverside. I
Riverside
hate that.
it
I hate that.
is.
I hate that Supreme Dragon so much. You know why? Because when I heard that they were doing an Orleans thing, and this is how old I was, how old I am, like I was really excited because New Orleans Square is of course the best land, and I really like it, and I was so excited, and it's like, oh, it's gonna be all like, New Orleans Square kind of stuff, and I looked at that dumb dragon, and it's like, no. This is a leftover from Disney's obsession with Party Gras. And no, I will not accept this. It's a holdover.
Okay.
Unless I'm there with Michael Eisner for him to show me why it should be the best, I'm not into it.
Okay.
Good position.
In a similar vein, the next two hotels are Disney's Riviera Resort versus Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort. Hotel pools. The Riviera has two pools. One, as the song had intimated, is kind of a European theme. Eric had a great view of it from his hotel room last week.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's more of a quietish pool that's shaped like a grand piano. Caribbean Beach, each one of those villages has a pool. Each village has its own pool.
One, you said Riviera is a piano?
Well, it not intentionally, but it just kind of generally, or a coffin. I'm not sure which. But
Yeah, it's not a themed pool. The quiet pool is just a pool.
Okay, so
it's got hedges.
Each one of the villages inside of the Caribbean Beach has a pool, but there's a main pool, not on an island.
So this is the Riviera is following in Disney's current thing where they have hotels themed to hotels. Is that correct?
Sure.
Like where
it is themed after other hotels in the world. Yes.
No, but I mean, like it's themed after like, hey, here's another yeah, like no like story theme. It's just like, hey, this is you've stayed at a hotel before. Here's a very nice
the story
hotel.
theme is that Walt used to go to place.
Okay.
And there are many pictures of Walt and
There are a lot
Lily.
of pictures.
Caribbean Beach Resort is my vote.
Okay, so Caribbean Beach. So basically, we're really arguing here the Fuentes del Moro feature pool, which has a little tower, splash pad, kiddie area.
Okay, do you get to aim those cannons? Or are they just dripping?
Cannons? I'm looking at the website, Matt.
They're just leaking onto random children.
If you get to aim those cannons, Caribbean Beach. If you get to aim those cannons, I'm done. That's the argument right there. But if it's just like weirdly dribbling, like, I'm not going to make a joke about what it's like to pee as an older person. Okay.
As much as I like the Riviera Resort, the pool is Fantasia themed, and no kids like that.
Great.
This kid likes it.
Problem solved. Both pools are very similar. The main pool has like a water slide, and then there's a little kiddie area and an adjacent pool. And so it's for my money.
Pool. Oh, okay.
I'm just saying that from what I'm seeing here, it looks like the pools at the Caribbean Beach Resort are like an event. Like if let's say like my little sister, got sick and like everyone had to stay at the hotel. Be like, you know what? That's fine because the pool's cool.
Yeah. And there are lots of pools at Caribbean Beach.
They're much more fun.
Okay.
Riviera is kind of like
I'm getting that feeling. Yeah. Yeah.
So Caribbean Beach, I'm gonna do this one,
and I don't doubt that the hotel is great. It looks like a nice hotel.
It's a wonderful hotel.
Yeah,
it's fantastic.
Is that the one that you two were saying is kind of an underrated gym at the resort?
No, that's Coronado Springs.
Got it.
Which we're gonna get to next.
Perfect.
Disney's Coronado Springs Resort versus the Swan and Dolphin.
Coronado. There's a pyramid with a slide.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I'm going to also agree that Coronado.
Okay. In the interest of time, then I'll stay out of it.
So
Hooray.
Swan and Dolphin is very large, just for the listener. It's a very large set of pools, pool service, bar service, etc. You can eat food. It's a lot. It's very massive. It's hard to keep track of your children.
You know what would be really cool is if the monorail went through the center of that pyramid.
It was
that
never
big
intended.
that big black
Never
spot
intended.
that was clearly designated for the monorail. Yeah.
That has hotel rooms in it.
Yeah. Just crash through them.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
That should be how they destroy things. Just drive a monorail through them.
We need
All
to
right.
have a conspiracy theory episode.
Oh,
That'd be fun.
yes.
Maybe for
You
April
are
Fools.
absolutely speaking my language.
So the final two hotels in this category are the Cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Pixar Place Hotel.
Okay, Pixar.
I'd say
At Fort
cabins.
Wilderness. Why would
Is
you say
that the one with the
Cabins?
big blue pool? That's another one, right? That's
No,
Art of
that's
Animation.
Art of Animation.
Okay, I'm seeing water slide. I'm seeing splash pad. There's where you get more pictures. Okay, that's fun. Nice square pool.
Talking about?
Sorry,
you must be talking
rectangle?
about the Pixar
Rectangle
Place.
pool.
Pixar Place is kind of fun, but I don't know.
What-
It's been closed for so long. I just haven't seen it lately.
Fort Wilderness Resort. I'm looking at it. It looks like I'm at camp, and I like that.
Okay, yeah, it does feel that way. It is
Yeah.
technically, literally, you are camping because it's a campsite.
Right. I mean, I had a joke in my back pocket of like it's not dirty enough, and I expect it to be dirty when I'm camping. And I like this. This has this. It really does feel like there's implied dirtiness to the overall experience, but I wouldn't be worried about like whether or not the water is gross. And I mean all of that in a good way.
Can you get this? Beginning March 3rd, 2025, that's for the listener, tomorrow,
Mañana.
Pixar Place Hotel Pool will be closed for refurbishment. What the what? It just
Again?
opened. Anyway, so I'm going to vote for Pixar Place because of the whimsy and the water slides.
Okay. Well, then Dan and
Really?
I win.
Okay.
Cabins.
Cabins it is.
Fort
Cabins.
Oh, you're
Wilderness.
talking about. This is at Dead. I was looking at it, I'm like, this looks like Pixar Place at Disneyland, and it is.
It is.
Yeah. No. One thing that just to pass it on. I've never done this, but I've heard that if you go to the pool deck, that's a good place to watch fireworks as well. But not to argue for it.
At Pixar
That's
Place,
fair.
I'm assuming.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, just fun facts. That's what people
You
tune
can
in
see
for.
the electric water pageant from.
Ooh, can you though?
You can watch them all.
Oh,
get
absolutely.
electrocuted.
From
From the campsites?
the campsites. Yeah. Yeah,
Huh.
it definitely goes down that far.
All right.
But from the pool though.
Oh, from the pool?
Yeah, probably not from the pool.
Oh, how far back is the pool?
It's pretty far back.
Maybe not.
No. Okay, so forget that fun fact.
Never mind.
Okay.
You
Next
can,
up
you
for
can
value.
remember the fireworks for Pixar, but you cannot remember the water pageant from.
Don't remember
Campsites.
that.
All right,
Okay.
we are at a halfway point to our Salty 16.
Right.
It's time for another song.
I have to load another song. Hang on.
We could do that as the finale. I think we should, in the interest of time, Jimmy. I think we should just go through the values.
Okay.
The two of you have stayed at each one of these or been around each one of these, so I'm not going to step in unless it's a tie.
Okay. Eric, we're going to start with Art of Animation versus Pop Century.
Sorry.
Art of Animation versus Pop Century, Eric.
Animation versus Pop Century. Animation.
Why?
That's Big Blue
100%.
Pool, right?
Big Blue Pool.
Okay.
They don't play music in the pool anymore, but
God.
it's larger. It's bluer. It's pooler
Better than the hippy dippy
than
pool.
the hippy dippy pool.
Oh,
Now, obviously, there are other pools.
There are, yes.
There's the bowling pin pool. There's the computer pool that's a square
It is a laptop.
a laptop. So
Everybody loves a laptop.
people from Pop Century walk across the Generation Gap Bridge to the Big Blue Pool.
Big Blue Pool. Yeah.
So
Oh.
Big Blue Pool is the winner.
yeah. I was
Art
just
of
gonna say
animation.
though, fun tip is that if you stay at either and you just want a pool, you could just go over to the other one. Go
That's
over to
true.
the worst one.
That's correct. If it's less crowded, etc. All right. Next is the. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh,
which
no,
All
what have I done?
Stars?
Well, no, but the campsites at Fort Wilderness versus the cabins at Fort Wilderness.
Ah.
I don't remember what we argued for before, but
Well, we already did
okay.
cabins.
We did cabins. I was looking at campsites, not cabins. But
Okay.
anyway,
So
okay.
campsites.
So Pop Century did not win. That's going to go yellow. All Stars. This is tricky. So one of these All Stars is going to have to go against something else.
Should we just go ahead and say right now which one of the three is going to go up against Howard Johnson?
Yes, let's do it.
Music seems like the best pools because it's got a guitar pool.
So music is going to go against Howard Johnson's, which means for this is going to be sports and movies. Sports v. movies.
Okay.
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 Just stayed in the
Nerds
movies.
versus jocks. Let's do it.
That's right. I just stayed in the movies, and that pool is empty, concrete. But can't work. You can't have that against it because it'll be open in April.
Yeah.
Pools are generally concrete, just with other things.
Movies has Mickey, like Sorcerer Mickey.
Okay.
I think that's better than sports.
You just disqualified Riviera because of Fantasia, and now
Yeah, but
you're
nobody
giving-
knows where Sorcerer Mickey is from. Let's be honest.
That's fair. That's fair. So movies versus sports. Sports.
I do want to throw in that sports, swimming is a sport.
Ooh, you could be living your hotel dream.
Mm-hmm.
One is shaped like a baseball diamond. One is shaped
that's
like a crescent roll.
That's a square pool with little cutouts.
That's right. And one of them is shaped like a crescent roll.
Okay, let's start here. Which one has the most pools?
Surfboard bay and kiddie pool in the sports. That's 1 and 2.
And do any of them have a bucket?
No buckets. No.
There-
This is
okay,
value.
we're in
There's
no bucket
buckets.
territory.
And then 1 and 2. There are 2 pools in each.
Okay.
I have no argument here. So Eric, Fantasia wins.
Okay.
So that means movies beats sports. So nerds beat jocks.
It's about time.
And
It's about time.
Sports. All right. Since we already know the last grouping, we're going to go with the campsites at Disney's Fort Wilderness versus Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
All right.
And Grand Floridian
Value.
wins.
Hold on.
I tried to explain it earlier.
I know.
You try to create a bracket with 47 hotels.
It's true.
You already,
Grand
you
Floridian
already
wins.
put Grand Floridian as the winner.
It does. Because the Fort Wilderness one's dumb. It's dumb compared to the Grand Floridian. It's got a waterfall. There's a freaking
Got a waterfall. It's
Okay,
Alice themed.
This is the first time
It's
we're doing
beautiful.
coast versus coast on, well, besides Pixar. So that doesn't count. What I'm trying to say is that
No, this is not coast versus coast, Dan. This is Grand Floridian.
Yeah, they're within
versus-
a couple
I'm
miles
talking
of
about.
each
I'm
other.
moving on to the
across the
next
water.
one. I'm
Okay.
moving on to the next.
Oh, we've
because
already
I'm
moved
looking
on.
at the clock. Yeah.
All right. All Stars Music Resort versus Howard Johnson. Howard Johnson has a bucket.
Right.
All Star Music has a guitar.
I mean, I think regular listeners of the show already know exactly where I'm going. No, I don't want musical instrument shaped anything other than the
Okay.
musical instruments.
Okay.
But
Famously, everyone knows.
I'm just saying it wouldn't be a surprise.
There is a bar at the guitar pool.
Oh,
There's
Yeah.
not a bar at the Howard Johnson.
there's
No,
not a
you
bar at the Howard. I was
there
going to go
probably is. I
Hojo,
don't know.
but
I was joking. I don't actually know, but there's a bucket. I say Hojo.
Again, let's assume that you can. Yeah, I mean the bucket.
Hojo is going to be a more fun discussion for the Salty 16.
yeah, Hojo.
I think so. Yeah, and I was going to ask if the number of pools matter, but it looks like not. But Hojo does have the 2 pools, and they're 2
It
very
does.
different themed pools.
That's right. And
Yeah.
Which is you could have 2 very different experiences.
okay.
Next
Now,
up.
moving on to
I'm
our
good with
final
that.
category.
Moving on up.
Final category is deluxe. Disney's
Okay.
Animal Kingdom Lodge, Disney's Boardwalk Inn, Contemporary Resort, Grand Floridian Resort. Oh, son of a motherless goat.
What did
The
you do?
villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort was what we just argued. The villas versus... Screw it. It won. All right.
That's fine.
Animal Kingdom, Boardwalk Inn, Contemporary, Grand Floridian, Wilderness Lodge, Yacht
Where are we
Club,
going?
Okay, who's up against?
Disneyland
each other?
Hotel versus Disney's Grand Californian Hotel.
Oh my
Oh.
goodness. Oh goodness. Okay.
Disneyland.
Disneyland Hotel has the monorail slides and
Yeah.
e-ticket things in the pool.
It's a
with
better
the depth.
pool themed.
Yeah. Disneyland
And-
Hotel
You can wait for Trader Sam's while you are in the pool.
and
Oh, good.
cocktails. Yes.
And you
Disneyland Hotel for me.
Waddle up all wet and stuff and be like, I want to be on this drinking
Now
chair.
we should address, because this is the last time we're going to talk about the Grand Californian. I
Ever
really
on
enjoy
this
the
show.
restaurant there. There's a couple of pools. Anything else about that?
it's a good pool.
It's an okay pool. I've been there. I mean,
one
the
thing
restaurant's
that-
good too.
when I've been at the restaurant by the pool, that you do kind of have, and not necessarily in a good way, that feeling of like beyond that wall is a theme park.
That's fair. That's correct. Disneyland Hotel pool is better.
Yeah.
Okay.
Better pool.
But you're right. There is that feeling, Dan. I want to acknowledge that.
You know what I
'cause it is
mean?
kinda
In
cool.
it's cool, but it's also the feeling. It kind of takes me out of the experience when I'm there.
Oh, because there's a theme park right there, and here I am swimming in this pool.
Well, I mean, not it just sort of it. For some reason, every time I'm there, which is not super infrequent, it just feels like you feel the smallness of the resort in ways that you don't usually feel, or at least for me, I feel it.
Okay. Next is going to be Disney's Contemporary Resort versus Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa.
Ooh. Grand Floridian.
For realsy, the Floridian has a waterfall on the lake. It's on the Seven Seas Lagoon.
It's got a better. It has a theme.
It has a theme. It's got
Contemporary is just like here's a
hold
pool.
on, but that's the theme of the contemporary. It's contemporary. It's well
but
done.
The pool is not so
Okay, that's
contemporary. The pool is
Yeah.
very ugly and boxy.
I think I
Both of them are on
remember.
bodies of water where the water pageant will float by.
Mhm.
The Grand Floridian theme, it's very lovely. It's lush, waterfalls. Probably a better view of the fireworks because there's not a giant building between you and the fireworks. So you
Yeah.
probably get a firework view. I got married right there.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know
yeah,
if
it's
anybody knew that.
Alice themed. They have a theme
Okay.
that isn't
So
concrete.
Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. Dan, do you have any opposition?
No, I mean, if I wanted to be difficult, I could probably make an argument.
Yeah,
but
the Grand, excuse me, the Contemporary Hotel is 50 years old. The pool, and it
I
looks
remember-
it feels it.
yeah, I remember going there and you kind of telling us that, and then I was like, let me see, because my thing with the contemporary is it's like I get what it's going for, and I love that like old feel of things.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I also, so when we went there, I was just like, hold on, maybe there's something there that like that I will uniquely, but it's just, yeah, it's old and not in a fun way. It's not gross.
You are right by the marina. You can rent mouse boats, etc. But
Yeah,
There's
Grand
good
Floridian's a
stuff.
better feel.
It's just
Considering-
the pool is boring.
Yeah, I mean, if pools never went beyond this, it would be fine. But
Okay.
they did.
the next two are Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge versus Disney's Boardwalk Inn.
Okay, can I swim with
Oh.
animals?
You cannot swim with animals.
Okay, that's boardwalk.
Boardwalk it's very well themed, like a boardwalk. There used
No
to
more
be a
scary clown. Okay,
no more scary clown.
Hold
so that
on,
helps.
more scary
I think,
clown, but there's Minnie
that
and Minnie.
might that
Minnie and
might
Mickey. Does
that
actually
hurt?
be a
Does that
negative.
hurt?
Yeah, it might be a negative. I'm not gonna lie. I do enjoy the scary clown.
Well, you can't anymore.
Yeah, you can't. Because
Both,
it's
of course,
it's long
have a
gone.
pool bar.
It's now basically Runaway Railway the pool.
Ugh.
Dan.
That's interesting. I like you cannot see or swim with animals. There's the
Yeah.
Hakuna Matata playground.
Again, just implying
At the
implying
pool
that
bar.
you need more. Just implying that there would be animals.
Uzima pool, water slide, and a wading pool. And
Here's what I'm seeing in these pictures.
The pool at Animal Kingdom Lodge I don't know. Is there any character to it, though?
Well, there's a sense. There's the character is that you are in the country of Africa.
yeah, that's correct.
Oh, that country. Yes.
Yes, that very large country called Africa.
That's right.
Um,
The boardwalk pool also has a pool bar, which looks like a carousel.
There's the carousel bar.
A bigger
that's
water
the other
slide.
Pool.
Luna Park or crazy play area. No
I
buckets.
like that. I like the pool, the slide a lot.
That's a fun slide.
I feel like I'm going to get outvoted here, but which place would you rather just like hang out at? Just relax.
The boardwalk.
Boardwalk.
Because it's on the
Really?
boardwalk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Seriously.
No, I believe
agree.
you. I think this is one of those places where I'm just the weird person. I accept that.
It's a wonderful. There is a Savannah overlook. To be fair, in defense of Animal Kingdom, just next to the pool, there's a walkway where you can overlook the Savannah. So technically, from the pool, you can see animals.
So you can think you're swimming with animals.
That's right.
You can imagine what it would be like. Hold on. I'm seeing water cannons. And I'm seeing,
It's like
they have little
firing
mini
water
buckets. They have mini buckets. They have mini buckets. They have cannons
At
at the place that you can't swim with animals.
Uzima
Yes,
Springs
although you
pool
should
bar?
be able to. They have a
Zima Springs.
they they have a water slide. It looks like a long water slide. I like that. So here's what I'm looking
They
at.
both have slides.
They
Yeah.
both have slides. Boardwalk slide is longer.
Okay, I'm looking at both of these, and there is a sense of place to both of these. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but I would much rather. I'm looking at both side by side. I don't want to be at one place, and I do want to be at the other place. And the place I want to be is where I cannot swim with the animals, even though I really want to.
You can
I
see
can
animals.
understand that.
There's some natural water as well.
I
It
mean,
does
imagine
feel-
swimming with the zebra. How whimsical would that be? How
I'm
would they be
seeing
able to
a body
do
of
it?
water with animals in it?
Wow, I'd like to swim in a pool where a zebra peed in the pool.
And you can imagine
Next
that
to
one
me.
might have. Maybe
All right.
zebras with a lot of the good amount of volume and anyway.
There's a spa. I'm going to call an audible here and say, here's why I choose the Uzima pool at Disney's Animal Kingdom.
Oh.
Because there is water. It's a trick that Disney does well. They do it at the Wilderness Lodge as well, where there is water flowing in and out of the pool that isn't actually flowing in and out of the pool to other natural waterways.
Oh,
so it
but it
feels like
makes
an
it seem like
interconnected.
Mm.
It feels like an
So,
interconnected waterway.
That's
when
fair.
you pee in the pool, as everyone should, Eric.
It doesn't flow into the
then
natural
you think
water.
that then you think it does, and that's good.
Oh, so you're peeing with
You feel
the
like
animals.
you're
Yes.
watering the savannah.
Yes, which
Yeah.
is much
All right.
like swimming with them. So there we
Animal
go.
Kingdom Lodge gets my vote.
Okay. You know what? You've swayed me. Unanimous.
All right, unanimous.
did it.
Peeing
Hooray.
with unanimals.
Unanimous.
Our final two hotels. This is going to be tough. Disney's Wilderness Lodge versus Disney's Yacht and Beach Club Stormalong Bay.
That's not.
Okay.
That's not.
Does the wilderness have?
Well, hold on a
geyser.
second.
Oh.
Let me make a case.
Wilderness does have a lot of rocks.
Okay,
Let me make a case.
Okay.
I
Go for
think
it.
I see where Jimmy's going, but go ahead.
The Wilderness Lodge pool head springs are inside of the hotel lobby.
Mm-hmm.
These are the headwaters to Wilderness Lodge Copper Creek.
Right.
Inside of that lobby is themed after Yellowstone Old Faithful Inn. That is where the headwaters are. And that headwater flows down through massive rock formations into various pools and finally ends inside of the swimming pool. Then that water goes from the swimming pool down further rock features into Bay Lake before it passes by a geyser that erupts every hour. That
So
is
there
my
is a
case for
geyser. There is a geyser, and it will get
Yep.
people wet that you can laugh at.
Okay, so let me finish real quick before
Okay.
we go into debate.
Okay.
So you not only have that going through the headwaters from the inside of the building all the way into Bay Lake, past a geyser that erupts every hour, and if we eliminate Stormalong Bay, then the conversation becomes more interesting later. Because Stormalong Bay would probably win best pool on property, sand bottom pool, lazy river, sliding down a mast of a shipwreck. But
That's
if we were to
across,
eliminate
that's across the way from the actual pool. Like it's across the street.
literally
I have
across
to
a
walk.
walkway.
I have to walk to get.
You have to walk to get. We have to go upstairs to get to the.
Oh God,
the
that's
slide.
worse.
But that's true for every slide. You have to go upstairs.
No, I mean, but
So-
to get to this cooler pool area, I have to go away from the hotel.
No,
Like-
the pool area is in the hotel property.
Okay.
Yeah.
The slide starts across a walkway, so you
Dan?
slide over a walkway.
Do you want me to add another nail to this this coffin? Because you have to prove that you're staying at the hotel, and they have to give you a specific
You
wristband
cannot
to enter
access
this
that
pool.
pool without a specific invitation. It is an exclusive pool.
They know how many people
Whereas-
want to go into that pool.
Whereas all the other pools, you could just go.
Well, not really.
Well,
But
not really, but they're not going to be as strict about it.
And this is an
pool hopping
argument
is a thing.
for or against
It's a great
the
question.
Jutton Beach.
I'm saying against because, this is
But what if
this
you're
is not an
staying there?
egalitarian sort of.
People stay there specifically for that pool.
Yeah,
So, okay, I'm just saying, I get where you're going for the show, but
Yes.
why wouldn't we vote for this if we're being objective? However, if your answer is it's for the show and it's more interesting this way, I'm all for it. I just think we should own it.
So, two schools of thought. So, yes, for the show, it's an exclusive pool that will probably beat all pools.
How about
It's
this?
kind of that
it's
rise of the
unique.
resistance
It's sand
thing.
bottom. It's got a super awesome slide. Yeah,
Will
Yeah.
Tag be hilariously frustrated with us if we don't pick this one?
Tag doesn't know about this pool because he's never stayed there.
No. Can
So-
we tell him all about it in great detail and
Yes.
We
and
should.
tell him that we purposely
We should tell him
didn't
all
vote
about this
for it?
pool, then say we've already eliminated it.
So we're-
there are two
we're
schools
already-
of thought here, Dan.
Yeah,
Number
yeah.
one, we eliminate it because it's going to win anyway and it doesn't make the show interesting. Or we don't eliminate it and see where it goes and it gets eliminated because Tag is Tag and frustrate the hell out of the audience.
Okay, I think the best way forward that I'm seeing is that we acknowledge to any listener who listens to the show mainly for like tips and tricks kind of stuff. I think what we're saying right now is if you're like that pool family where you just go for the pools and then you might eventually go on a ride, this is probably where you want to be. And we are acknowledging that this one probably at least could win, if not should win, the whole thing. However, for the sake of the show, to make it more entertaining, we're going with Disney's Wilderness Lodge because a geyser is basically a better bucket.
It's to be fair, I've been at both pools. I like Stormalong Bay. It's fun.
Mhm.
Sandy Bottom Pool is fun.
Really fun.
The slide is great. I really do like the Wilderness Lodge pool. There's nothing wrong with that pool. There's fake rocks. There are waterfalls. There are big hot tubs. There's a geyser. It's a good pool. This isn't an ironic choice.
And
Yeah, using
the geyser does get other people wet because that's important.
No,
Oh.
it's like being at Yellowstone. You can't go near it. It's not a part of it's not a feature of the pool.
I
It's
mean,
a
if you're
geyser.
really into geysers, then maybe it'll get you wet.
No.
Here's what I'm going to say using an old trope from the show. If I had a choice to go swimming in one or the other, I would
Okay.
choose Wilderness Lodge.
Okay.
It's
Eric?
it's a very large pool complex, and it's easier to get into. You don't have to go through any rigmarole. You don't have to have
go through
an
TSA to get
extra
there.
like you don't have to show like your credentials to get into the pool.
Right. And you got the headwaters in the lobby. It's a better story. It makes for a better listening experience if we eliminate Stormalong Bay right now.
All right, I'm all for it.
All right. Stormalong Bay is out.
Here's
Here's our sweet. Here's our salty 16. Listener, we hope you understand, and we hope you agree that this is just a better way forward.
I think this is a good everyone wins scenario because we are acknowledging that we're being upfront about what we're doing, which I think is good.
That's right. But Stormalong Bay is generally accepted as the best pool on Disney World property. So because of that, we're going to take it out of the equation.
So this is our Rise of the Resistance situation.
100%.
Yeah,
That's exactly right.
Very much.
Okay,
It's
so
no Old Man Island. I mean, come on.
here are the salty 16. In the deluxe category, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge, Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, Disney's Wilderness Lodge, and the Disneyland Hotel. In our DVC category, Boulder Ridge Villas at Disney's Wilderness Lodge, Disney's Boardwalk Villas, Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, and Disney's Saratoga Springs Resort and Spa. In the moderate category, Disney's Caribbean Beach Resort, Disney's
By the way, Jimmy,
Coronado
thank you
Springs
for saying
Resort,
Disney's before each one of these. In
Everyone.
case anyone
Yes.
gets confused.
Disney's Port Orleans Resort Riverside,
Yes.
and the cabins at
Hold on.
Disney's Fort
Disney's
Wilderness
the
Resort.
cabins at one.
Disney's the cabins. In our value category, Disney's All-Star Movies Resort, Disney's Art of Animation Resort, Disney's The Villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa, and
Disney's
Disney's
Howard-
Howard Johnson.
Disney's Howard Johnson.
No, that one, I don't think they have the apostrophe S at that one. It's just Disney.
Disney's.
Disney
Disney
Howard
Howard
Oh, that's a
Johnson.
good distinction.
Because it's at Disney.
Howard Johnson.
That's right. Because it's at Disney. All right, that's our Salty 16, everybody. So tune in for the next episode when we go into more detail. We make better arguments, a lot more research as to why we choose each. Off mic, we will talk about who is assigned what, but that will be our Salty
Come on,
16.
My friend, nobody asked for this. The water is warm. Let's
Keep
take
talking.
a dip.
Are we going to talk about our trip, or is that it?
I thought you had a heart out.
I do, but if we want to talk about the trip,
where
now's
the
the time.
water shine bright.
Do we want to talk about the trip?
It's up to you.
Do we want to end with J-pop death metal?
Yeah, we can do that. Okay, so just really quick, let's brief. A few things I want to talk about. The concierge, who's our sponsor. Most of the concierge spent a few days at Disney World.
Hang on.
All of
Dan, where's the thing? Which
It's in the folder. It's called Liquid Pain or something like that.
all of the vacation plan. The
Keep talking,
previous
Jimmy.
two of these events we've had were both at Disneyland Resort. This is the first time at Disney World.
It's called Liquid Agony.
Of all the planners, only 4 of the planners live east of the Mississippi. One of them is right on the Mississippi in St. Louis, but all of them, most of the planners live in the West: Oregon, Washington, California, Utah, etc. So this was some people's first time to Disney World, and others, they'd been before. Eric and I probably have been the most, along with Lindsay Wells, who looks like Sigourney Weaver.
No. Franzek looks like Sigourney
Thank you.
Weaver.
Franzek looks like Sigourney Weaver. See, there's Lindsay Wells, Lindsay Franzek. Franzek looks like Sigourney Weaver, so we call her Sigourney now, so we don't get confused with Lindsay's. We stayed in various properties. I was at the All-Star Movies, which I enjoyed. It is literally in a different county. It's very inconvenient. There's no way to
That's
get
Ocala
anywhere.
instead of Orange.
It's Osceola.
Osceola. Oh, okay.
Yeah, instead of Orange. Anyway, Eric stayed at the Riviera. Some of our favorite concierges stayed at the Caribbean Beach. We did, it was some meetings, some rope drops, some other things. I guess one feature, for those of you who know and care, Yeehaw Bob was the keynote entertainment at our meeting, at our business meeting. I don't know who Yeehaw Bob is. I've never seen Yeehaw Bob. I've heard of Yeehaw Bob.
Oh, my goodness.
But when I had a meeting, so I was late. I dropped people off and I had a conference call. and I'm sitting in a conference call just outside of the little convention or the meeting room area. And I hear this music coming from this room. And I think to myself, those poor bastards who have to sit and listen to this thing. And then I asked a worker, I said, where is this room? And they said, it's right there. And I was walking towards the music. It kept getting louder and louder until I walked in to this. I hear the music and I open the door and I see, yeah, I'm in the right room. And I'm going to play this audio for you, the listener. This is what I experienced for a few moments before I walked out to never go back in.
You sure did.
And then
come back.
I walked out. I did not come back. I sat outside, continued my conversation. And this is what I heard. Come on. Tim. He's taking off his hat. He's bald.
Nothing wrong with that, by the way.
He's wearing red suspenders and blue pants and a tie.
I did not
Dan?
understand that song that you played, and I was there for the whole concert.
Your camera's in the other direction.
Oh, over there.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
That's Yeehaw Bob.
Oh,
Yeehaw
I
Bob.
was expecting something way more fitting for a yeehaw statement. Okay.
Where'd he go? There he is.
Okay. I'm imagining this is okay. I just want to further clarify here. He is performing in front of a convention audience in a room with folding tables that have black. I mean, you've been to a convention, sort of.
Yes, it's a
setting
conference
before.
room
It's a
that
conference
maybe
room.
accommodates
Yes.
25 people. There are
Yes.
18 people in the room. He's performing for a group of 18 people sitting at tables.
And
with
I'm
black
only
drapery.
saying the back of their heads, but I'm imagining based on context clues that the front of their heads look politely tolerant of what's happening.
There was
Politely happy.
a lot of requests to sing along
Good.
with Yeehaw Bob. Evidently, it was a thing. Eric, can you speak a little bit more to Yeehaw Bob? I think you have more of an
I
affinity.
really like Yeehaw Bob. I'm used to seeing Yeehaw Bob at at Disney's. Jimmy? What's the official name?
Port Orleans?
No, the other
Riviera?
one. Not Riviera.
What are you talking about?
I'm just trying to make fun of you and the name. It's the Riverside Resort.
The Riverside. I said
yeah.
Port Orleans.
Disney's Riverside.
Yeah,
Disney's Riverside.
Disney's Riverside.
Disney's Port Orleans Resort Riverside.
There we go.
Technically.
Disney.
Formerly Dixie Landings.
Yes.
Yeehaw Bob fits really well in Dixie Landings. Let me put it that way.
Oh yeah. And he used to play there most days of the week, and now he plays there like one day a week because he's an older gentleman, and Disney fired him after that fake disease that we all endured for a few years.
So he used to play okay, I'm going to read between lines here. He used to do horribly racist music at the Dixie Landing, and then Disney got woke and fired.
Yeah, that was it. No, he's got a fun show, but as Jimmy put it, I don't mind him, but I want to see him in his like normal element.
So what you're saying,
I think
so much
I
like
think for me, sorry, Dan, I'm
Yeah.
going to just get this out real quick.
That's fine.
If you're enjoying a cocktail at a hotel bar and this guy's playing music and you're having a conversation, it's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
If you're in a conference room with 18 people and you're a captive audience staring straight ahead, you can't do anything else. If you talk, you're rude.
Right.
This poor man, I felt so bad for this man. I called my wife and I was like, I feel really bad for this man because he is having to put on a show for a bunch of middle-aged women in general.
And me and Jimmy.
Yeah, well, and James, but and
Well.
Brian. But anyway, the point is, it's not a good look for a entertainer in that environment. I felt bad for him.
Yeah, it's a tough area, and most of the people that are on this trip are Disneyland people, so they don't know Yeehaw Bob.
So they don't appreciate. Like I'm a Disney World person. I didn't appreciate what that was.
Yeah, I have great memories of seeing Yeehaw Bob. Like it was super cool to see him there. At the same time, halfway through his set, I went, I could be done now.
So like he is a git, but like he's been doing this act for so long to such. I'm not saying this in a bad way, like adoring fans that like he's not going to change up his routine based on the setting. So
That's
it just
correct.
becomes this weird like dissonance of like, hey, everyone sing along. And then there's like the pressures on everybody because you want to be polite.
That's right.
And,
Which is why I left.
And
Right.
What's weirder is because he's in that setting, he did more Disney stuff than he normally does.
Oh,
Right.
Like his second set when he does his show, he
At
does
the
2
Port
sets.
Orleans.
He'll
At
take
Disney's
like
Port Orleans Riverside.
at Port Orleans. When he does the second set, he starts out with a really stellar rendition of Rhapsody in Blue. So he does Gershwin. He does other.
And he's playing the piano.
Yeah, he's playing the piano, and he's playing a real piano instead of an electric piano.
Yeah, it was a little Casio.
Yeah.
Right.
So when he comes and does his show, the second set is more adult, quote. You know, it's not playing a bunch of Disney stuff.
That's right. So just to move on from Yeehaw Bob, to kind of borrow from what Eric was saying, halfway through his set, he was only about 10% through his set.
Nice.
Put it that way. Okay, so moving on from Yeehaw Bob, a couple of things from a vacation planner perspective. I experienced the Behind the Seeds tour, and Dan, I'm going to let you guess. I'm going to tell you what the Behind the Seeds tour is, and I'm going to let you guess the total dollar value.
Okay, here we go.
The Behind the Seeds tour is available to anyone. It's every hour on the hour.
Okay.
From, I think, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., maybe on the half hour or something. It's once an hour.
Okay.
The tour is an hour long, and you're given a guided tour behind the scenes. You can see some of the agricultural technology that they have developed with USDA and NASA. You kind of see the scientists doing their thing. You get to walk behind and see all of the plants. You get up close. There's a plant you can touch. It's a special kind of plant that if you touch it, it will collapse on itself.
Oh.
You can go and smell all the different things. You walk into the aquaculture area. And
do they have a poop flower that you can smell that one too?
Probably.
Okay.
You get to walk
fed
around.
fish.
You fed fish? Okay, that's important. That's important.
I got to feed the fish.
Okay.
In the little
Tuppence a bag.
depressing
Got it.
fish tank. We got
Well, they're tilapia, so it doesn't matter.
Well, and bass and others. I think we fed the bass. Anyway, so
The
then
tilapia don't need to be fed.
They take you over to an area where there's a Mickey-shaped pepper tree. You can see the peppercorns growing. It's shaped like Mickey. They pull out a tray of 38 different spices that they grow in the land pavilion, and they pass them around. You get to kind of smell the different, scents. Cinnamon, peppermint, that kind of thing.
Going
you
up
get
in
to
price.
Smell that stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
I got all the water you can drink.
Ooh,
different
okay.
water
Wow.
tanks. They fed me
Do they
cucumbers.
scoop it from the waterway for Living with the Land and give
That's
it
right.
to you?
And
Okay.
filter it right away. No, they're just water coolers, basically.
Okay.
But you can
Got
refill
it.
your water. And then they fed me cucumbers directly from the land.
Willingly?
No, I didn't have a choice.
Okay, good.
They tied
They
him down.
held me down. But yeah, it was interactive. It was an hour long. It was very informative, very interesting. How much, Dan?
How many children? Because this matters. How many children were on it, or how kid friendly does it seem?
I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, kid friendly being 10 being the kid friendliest.
Yeah,
It was a 5.
5. Okay.
And there were, of the 10 people on the tour, well, there's more than 10 people. I would say there were 5 children on the tour, and there were 15 of us.
Okay.
I was the 15th, by the way. There were only 14 slots. and
Jimmy
they
talked
filled
his
me
way
in.
into this
I
tour.
talked my way into it.
Okay. So before I guess, I need you two to remind me, generally speaking, Disney World more or less expensive than Disneyland? Like, what's the exchange rate there?
That's a broad statement question.
Less?
I would say
feel like it
generally
is
less.
okay.
Theme park tickets are less.
Okay. I'm gonna go with $86.
Grand total for my 60-minute walking tour behind the seeds was $35.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a recommendation.
Now I did get a Disney Visa discount, but I think it was $39 without.
Yeah.
Right.
It's really affordable.
It's cheap. For Disney, it's very
I don't know
inexpensive.
how I haven't done this tour yet.
I don't know how I hadn't, and that's why I tucked my way into it. Anyway, long story short, I was able to get the same day. I was able to get a tour at 3:30 in the afternoon, but by the time I logged in and everything else, it was sold out. But the point is that it's not like one of those things you have to plan 6 months in advance,
Right.
Because had I been staying another day, I could have gotten tomorrow, if that makes sense.
Got it. Yeah.
So behind the seeds tour, and then I went to the Garden Grill, which is just above the Land Pavilion. It's a rotating restaurant that rotates in the Living with the Land ride. It's an all-you-can-eat family style. The food was incredibly good, underrated, I would say. I had a glass of wine. I looked at the thing. I was visited by Chip, Dale, Mickey, and Pluto. I was by myself.
The food there, to me, has always looked like almost aggressively healthy, but like well prepared and good.
The salad was wonderful. The dressing was very light. You could tell it was fresh. The salad had come from the greenhouses next door.
Mm-hmm.
The cornbread was a full pan of cornbread. It was wonderful. The honey butter was incredible. The mac and cheese was just okay. The turkey was roasted turkey. The gravy was turkey gravy. The mashed potatoes, the way I described it, it was a scoop of butter with some potato in it.
Perfect.
Green beans were fresh and very tasty. The steak was perfectly cooked, medium rare, thin shaved chimichurri sauce, and it is all you can eat.
And also complimentary tilapia because they want to get rid of those things.
That's right. That's for dessert. Desserts included. I did
like
not
the bread
accept the
bowl.
dessert. It was apple pie. I didn't want it. But anyway, I was visited by all the characters. It's an awkward thing for me. I don't like character interactions. It just makes me uncomfortable. And
But
there was
you
no
had
handler.
a great one.
There was no handler, so it was just me and the character. And I'm not their target audience. I'm just as far as they're concerned, I am a weird middle-aged man eating by himself at a restaurant.
Welcome to my world.
Right? So the first thing I said, hi, I'm just here by myself. All of my friends are on a VIP tour. I just did the behind the seats tour and I'm enjoying dinner. Thanks for stopping by. Bye. Can I take a picture? Did a selfie. That was it. And then waved bye. I did that with Chip, Dale, Mickey, and Pluto.
Mm-hmm. But when Cinderella came around, you're like, hey, what's up?
There's an extra seat here.
Have a seat.
So I said that thing to all four of the characters that came by. Pluto was the last visitor I had. 5 minutes after Pluto left my table, he came back and he presented me with a button. Listener, there are lots of buttons. This button was I'm celebrating. And then you fill in whatever you're celebrating. Pluto had filled out for me, I'm celebrating being alone.
I love it.
And he signed the back. It is a prized possession that I love. I will
It's
cherish
so great.
forever.
What I love about it is I can tell from the handwriting that it was actually Pluto writing it with the Pluto hand on.
That's right.
With his Pluto hands.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it is wonderful. And that was such a magical thing. After that, I had a glass of wine. I had a second glass of wine. And I was feeling very good. And I just walked around Epcot and I took pictures. I rode on Spaceship Earth and I went on the land ride after that. And I went on Soarin' and there was no wait at all. And, the friends were still out and about. It was probably the 6 best hours I've ever spent at a theme park.
That's great.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It was wonderful.
Going alone is pretty great.
So
It's pretty
solo
great.
Disney can't. Okay, there are high highs and there are low lows.
I'm sure. Yeah. It was just the right amount of time. I had bought the Lightning Lane multipass just to see how it worked. It's very similar to Disneyland, for the record.
Yeah.
I got to pick 3 to start, and I didn't need it because I didn't have to wait. There was no line anywhere. Oh, and by the way, Monday it was February. It was a Monday. It had been raining all day.
Oh gosh, Monday.
We had bought Lightning Lane for Avatar Flight of Passage. I'm sorry, Disney's Avatar Flight of Passage.
Thank you.
And for the first time in my life
And
going
forever.
on this ride, it's 5:30 p.m. We walked on the ride. It was a walk.
It's a half mile of like line.
Yeah,
but it
we
was
walked
empty.
on. I took a picture. There was no one in line.
Oh, like not just because you bought it. It was like there was no one there.
No, we went standby first because it
Oh,
said
got
20
it,
minutes.
got it.
Then
Okay.
we did the lightning lane.
Then we did the
Oh,
lightning lane. Not only
nice.
did we walk on the lightning lane, we were the only people on the ride.
Sweet.
It was incredible. Anyway, the Riviera Resort is incredibly beautiful. I loved that property. It felt very European, as it's meant to be. It felt like one of the European hotels at Disneyland Paris, where the lobby and all the things that are happening are on the second level, and you have to walk downstairs to get to the pool level and bars and whatnot. Just an exquisite hotel. I loved it. I thought it was wonderful.
Jimmy
Eric,
liked
what do you have to
to
say?
sit on a bench outside of my room.
I loved it. Sitting right under his room, sat on a bench, and just sat. And I didn't have my earbuds in. I just sat, and it was quiet and glorious. I'm looking out on water, looking up into Eric's room. It was great.
Where I'm napping. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Well, he was
Jimmy's
napping.
downstairs.
Yeah. He
Keep
threw his
napping.
pants down.
Yeah. Sending him a text every once in a while to keep napping.
That's right. Yeah, I'm good sitting here. Eric, what were your takeaways from the trip?
Pants.
No, not your leave behinds. What was your takeaway?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that was.
You want that story?
No, we can tell that story.
Oh, no.
Okay. So Eric started his trip at the Universal. We did some hotel tours. The Universal hotels, not the best. We didn't love them. We had a lunch there at the pool restaurant. After an hour of waiting for our food, we asked about it, and the waitress says, "Oh yeah, it's about an hour for food right now."
Yeah,
Like, no,
that
you could have told
universe-
us that.
This is the thing, the like fancy, cool new Universal Hotel, right?
Not new.
Oh, okay.
It's which one is the Portofino? No, it's the Asia Pacific.
Oh, okay. There's one that I think just opened that like
yeah.
all the vloggers are saying kind of sucks.
That's right.
Yeah, it wasn't that one. They were at the hotel that I stayed at for
Yeah,
for
Eric
2
had
nights.
just stayed there. We decided to have lunch. They could have said when we sat down, "Sorry, the kitchen's backed up. It should be about an hour before your food." We would not have stayed.
Right.
But we wanted to go to that hotel as well because Eric had just checked out and he left his pants in the room.
I managed it, like as we were discussing that morning. I said, "I'm going to go to Epcot." Oh, ha ha ha! Funny story. I think I left a pair of pants in my room.
So we're going to be there anyway. We're like, "We'll go get your pants. What was your room number?" Gave us the room number. Waited an hour for our food. We went to the lobby. The line for the lobby, for the front desk,
For
which is where you
checking
have to
in.
go to get your pants. That's the pants check-in.
Mm-hmm.
Was wrapped around the building.
Oh my God.
It was insane.
It was crazy. When I checked in, I was like, I waited behind one person. Any other time that I went down into that lobby, there was no one there. But that day,
Yes.
there were a
so
lot of
Concierge Marie said, "F this, I'm going to the online check-in desk that had no people."
Sounds like
Let me
Marie.
repeat that. The online check-in desk had no people, meaning that all the people standing in line around the building didn't want to be bothered by going on their phone and doing online check-in. Anyway, so Marie said, I'm going over here. So she went over there, called for the pants. 15 minutes later, a lady comes looking around like she's looking for someone. She has a bag of clothes, like a very large bag of clothes.
Oh my God.
And we said, no. We just need the pants. We don't
They're-
need all the lost clothing.
No, they're
We just
in
need
that
the pair.
bag and they're going to make you dig through the dirty clothes. Is that?
no,
Okay.
Wait,
I
hold
left.
on. I was there, Eric. Let me tell the story.
Yes,
We don't need all the clothes from the floor that was left behind, just the room. Yeah. This is just from that room. I opened the bag. Oh, yeah, that's definitely Eric's shirt. Oh, those are definitely Eric's underpants. That's definitely Eric's other shirt. He left a wardrobe behind, not just a pair of pants.
Yeah, I sure did. It was there's not a lot of space in those rooms for putting stuff away. And I knew I put a pair of pants into one of those drawers, but I had also like run out of room when I was unpacking. I like to unpack my bags when I'm in a room.
Right.
And I just had like a whole other outfit that I shoved into that drawer. And I generally open every single drawer in the room when I'm leaving a place. Somehow I didn't open that one drawer that had several shirts, a pair of pants, and a pair of underwear.
Now, the problem that I had was, as I'm verifying that these are all Eric's clothes, I'm pulling things out of the bag, and I pull out the pair of underwear. I'm like, I'm just going to assume this is Eric's, but I'm putting these back. Anyway, we delivered the clothes to Eric, and everybody was happy.
It was great. Yeah.
And was it like going to the bathroom where you all of a sudden the food arrived, or was it still?
I did do that. I did go to the bathroom, and the food did arrive.
No.
One at a time. But we had separate checks. In defense of the waitress, we had separate checks. But anyway, Disney World's better than Universal.
All of this goes to why I really do believe that Epic Universe is it looks super impressive. Everybody's talking about how it's gonna. I don't think enough people are considering what something like that actually is in reality. I think it's gonna suck. I think there's gonna be like a couple things that are impressive. I think the queues are gonna be really, really well themed. But I think that give it like 2-3 months and it's gonna all feel like Vegas in the day.
I generally tend to agree with you. We went to City Walk and we saw the whole display, like the model of the whole.
Yeah, they got the big.
Yeah, it looks kind of cool, but it's
center.
just it's Universal, which is just a little bit glorified Six Flags.
Right.
And I will make this statement, and I will stand by this statement, and good luck proving me wrong. If Universal does not get the contract for Harry Potter, Universal does not have a third theme park.
Mm.
There's
That's
no way.
fair.
There's no way
bother?
that people I mean, you can look at the attendance numbers. Without Harry Potter, Universal is just Six Flags.
Yeah. And I think a part of my opinion is also based in Disney kind of sitting back and going like, do whatever. Like, I think that they know the people on the inside because they fired a bunch of those Imagineers or they jumped ship. And they probably got word that like, okay, yeah, the queue's really cool, but it's just a flat coaster or a flat ride or whatever, you know?
Well, here's what epitomizes for me why Universal is not as good as Disney. The Velocicoaster, which is an incredible roller coaster, one of the best on the planet, goes past the Leaky Cauldron. Goes past the Three Broomsticks restaurant multiple times an hour. A high speed, not themed to Harry Potter land roller coaster goes past Hogsmeade like 10 feet away.
Right.
It's just,
Oh, yeah.
And Epic Universe looks the same. You've got a giant roller coaster going through the middle of the park.
Right.
It just feels like Cedar Fair.
Yeah, it's lack of follow through. I think is the general thing there.
That's right.
I think when it hits, it's great. It's like Solo Disney. It's like when it's great, it's great. But when it's bad, it's real dark.
I love the rides, the few rides that I like.
Yeah,
but
Hagrid's
ultimately,
Motorbike Adventure is maybe better than anything Disney's ever done. Maybe
that's fair.
It's incredibly well themed. It's not an intense roller coaster, but it's thrilling and fun.
Right.
And it's just, it feels right.
It doesn't,
but again,
it does interesting things. It doesn't go up.
It's got 7 launches.
Yeah.
It's on the ground most of the time.
Yeah.
It's got the loading platform is constantly moving, a la People Mover, a la whatever. It never stops. It's constantly moving. It's got 7 launches. It's got a reverse. It's got a drop, like the actual track drops down. It's technologically advanced, unlike I think maybe anything Disney's ever done. It took Expedition Everest and made it better.
Yeah,
right.
Everest, so, where you hang in that area as it has to like switch tracks.
Yeah, that doesn't happen at Hagrid's.
No, you just go up and then
that
backwards.
gravity pulls you down. Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
anyway.
I think that's an example of one of those places where I don't doubt that it's very impressive. It looks really cool. It looks impressive. But then like you have that thing, and I think Universal has a tendency to be like, okay, we have that. Why are you complaining about the Dr. Seuss carousel?
Yeah, I mean Disney's not perfect, but it's just it's
There's
the Velocicoaster.
There's consistency there, though. You know,
the Velocicoaster in the middle of Hogsmeade is the problem with Universal.
right?
Okay, Eric, any other takeaways from the trip?
No, it was other than it was a really great time. And
I have another one.
uh-oh.
I made this comment.
We went to Jelly Rolls for the last
Jelly Rolls.
time.
Meh.
It was a lot of lasts.
Yeah. Another thing that we did that you can't do at Disneyland. We rented a boat at the yacht club. Okay. There were 10 of us on the boat.
Uh-huh.
Dan, I'm going to explain to you what this experience is, and you guess the price.
Dan, do you know what a boat is?
It's a thing that they put sushi on that goes around a little current in the restaurant.
Okay.
That's correct. Now, the difference is that you can put people in this sushi boat.
Ooh, okay. I'm in.
It's a people boat.
It's a people boat that we could, to sharks, we are sushi. You know what I mean? Okay, so you load the boat at the yacht club. You can fit 10 people on this boat. Comfortable. Everybody has a seat. They provide you with blankets and towels.
Okay.
And a talkative boat captain.
A boat captain who can tell you all about it.
Okay.
They give you snacks, popcorn, cookies, chips, Diet Coke, Sprite, water, whatever you want. You can have as much as you want.
Okay.
Not booze.
They will take you, no booze. They can take you from the yacht club and they'll drive you down the waterway. You pass all the alligators, you pass the boardwalk pool, you go to Hollywood Studios, and sometimes there's a fireworks show you can watch. They turn around, they go back through the waterway to the Crescent Lake, boardwalk, whatever. We stopped at the boardwalk.
We watched a hula hoop show.
We watched a hula hoop show on the boardwalk from the water. Mother and daughter team who have like 10 hula hoops and they're just all, they're hula hooping. We got to watch that. Then we parked in Epcot.
Ooh.
On the water in Epcot. Like we are in the theme park. We didn't have to pay to get in. We didn't have to pay admission to get in.
Right.
Remind you, we loaded from the yacht club, so we didn't have a theme park ticket that day. We parked in Epcot to watch Luminous, the story, Symphony of Us.
Wow.
We are on the water closer than anyone else watching the show. So much so, our boat and bodies were covered with firework shrapnel.
Nice.
There was so much
close.
ash.
So much ash. They handed out goggles, Dan. They handed out goggles on the boat.
Knowing that all the
your
ash would
eyes
happen.
from
Okay,
the
that's
shrapnel.
perfect. I like this.
There were 10 of us, max capacity.
Okay.
How much did we pay for this experience?
How long was it, the whole thing?
1 hour.
10, $250.
Total price was $450. Divided by 10 people, we each paid 45.
Yeah, not
Pretty
bad.
good.
Yeah.
Family
not
of
bad.
4, not great.
Yeah.
Group of
Yeah.
10 paying individually,
Totally
a really
do
good
it.
deal.
Yep.
You can't do that at Disneyland.
No, you can't.
Sitting on the boardwalk, having a cocktail or having a coffee in the morning, going to
Jimmy's back on the Disney World's better than Disneyland thing.
Well,
you're back on it.
Recency bias, Dan.
No, I got it.
But also
This is the point of the show, Dan.
it is
I
a
know.
statement of fact that you cannot do that at Disneyland.
That's true.
Also, what you can't do at Disney World is walk 100 feet to another theme park,
True.
right? I'm not making that argument now. But anyway, that's just one of those things you can't see at Disneyland that you can get at Disney World.
And there were what, like 5 boats out that night?
Yeah, and they're all tied up together,
Yeah.
so we could boat hop technically. But yeah, it was a really cool
We
experience.
sing
It's
happy
something I'd never
birthday
done
to a
before.
young lady.
We sure did. It wasn't her birthday, but we did it anyway.
Nice.
Wasn't my
Nice.
Anyway.
birthday, but
By the way, today's Eric's birthday, and I've gone 40 minutes longer than I expected and told my children I would. So I think it's time to.
Our friends at
we've
Liquid
officially
Horizon
passed
have-
my birth time, which
Ooh.
is 3:10 p.m.
Is that when you talk to your mom?
No, I talked to my mom earlier in the day.
Okay.
Usually babies don't talk when they get right out of the.
Well,
Yeah.
they talk
person.
after a fashion. But
Yeah.
anyway, all right. Let's close up the old show bag.
The old show bag.
All right. Well, this is playing. Do you mind if I talk over it, Dan?
That's fine.
Please do.
Thank you for listening. The next episode is going to be the Salty 16 for the Disney hotel pools, including Disney's Howard Johnson. Tage from the Hub Crawl and DL Weekly will be our guest host, and he will be our guest judge.
Crawl.
The Supreme Crawl. Concierge is our official sponsor. That's 856 Our Ears. A recent client booked their trip to Disneyland Anaheim Hotel because of our show.
Nice.
They really enjoyed what we had to say, and they specifically asked for the Anaheim Hotel because of our recommendation. Another a listener is checking in tomorrow, the Petros family, checking into the villas at Disneyland Hotel. They booked through Concierge. And they asked questions that I answered. Like, can you get a reservation on the Tangaroa Terrace? No, you can't.
No, you cannot.
You don't need one.
You don't need one. But they don't like to be indoors. They are outside people. They will be wearing masks most of the time.
Yeah, they're inverse agoraphobes.
I asked if there's anything else that you need before your trip, and he said, please tell my wife to not make me go.
Oh.
And I said, you're going to enjoy it. It's a wonderful place. If you need to hear any podcasts that are about Disneyland, I have some I can recommend. And one of them is not. Ears up. Anyway, thank you both. It was fun. Thank you, listener, for listening. We will see you next time on the Salty 16 for this year's third month throwdown. Until next time, be good to each other, and court is adjourned. All right.
Sorry for taking up a half hour of your time while I was talking to my mother.
No, it's all good, man. It's your birthday. It's good. I think we nailed it. I think we did what we needed to do.
Yeah,
it wasn't
this was
overly
a
exhaustive.
good length. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
I think it was good. But I haven't yet fed my children today.
Your children can find food on their own.
They can. One of them will multiple times. The other one will not. And so
he's just gonna sit there wasting away.
yeah,
but I need
legit
food.
because he's been on a screen for however long we've been here, and he'll just forget to eat. And like I left to go exercise with a friend while I had lunch. I came back. Did you eat lunch? No. Like I gotta go record. Anyway, I feed my children. I'm making chicken noodle soup.
Sounds
Paxton's favorite.
So we should probably stop recording.
We should stop recording.